How you doing, guys? And welcome back to another day in paradise. And you know why I call it paradise? Because we're going on the water, and that's paradise for me. And today I'm super excited because we're doing something that we haven't done, well, I haven't done in a long time. I think even before the kids were born. But first we're gonna have to stop and get some manly breakfast. Where's the breakfast? Is it breakfast? Breakfast. And you know why I call it a manly breakfast? It's because you don't really think what you're gonna eat. You just grab something and go. This usually happens when mom is not around. And the funny thing is, you better grab whatever you can and fill you up, because on days like this, lunch is not guaranteed, or it's gonna be very late in the afternoon, because the objective here is to get on the water early. And that's when priorities come into play. Be on the water on time, or stop and grab extra food and be late. And we can't do that because today we're running on a time schedule that we have to meet. And the good thing, the island hopper is super easy to launch off, and Joel can even handle it in docking. That usually doesn't happen with the hydro sport because you need teamwork for the heavy boy. This is what you call breakfast on the run. So we out here on the West Coast super early. You know why? Because it's just me and Joel. We're gonna show you guys something that you guys never seen on my channel, and this is the first time, and it's gonna be super cool if you like boating and if you like speed. So should be fun today. Guess what? No fighting today. No fighting between Joel and Fresco. See who's gonna drive the boat, because Fresco has something to do with his friends. So today we got Captain Joel taking over the helm, and me being the cameraman, recording all the cool angles that when I meet people, they tell me that's another thing they like about my videos. It makes the boat ride more entertaining. And for me, I enjoy editing them. And right now we're cruising south on Caloosahatchee River. I guess I said it right. And this is the same place that we actually did some inner tubing, that if you guys haven't seen, go check it out because it was pretty funny and I almost killed myself. But many questions that I got from that video, one of them was there any gators on the river? And honestly, I don't know, but I hope not, because I don't want to see myself in that situation. And we have reached the relaxing mile, better known as the miserable mile, but I'm gonna call it the relaxing mile because here you get to slow down and see fellow boaters go by and wave hi. And to me, this is enjoyable and relaxing. Okay, and here's a good time to answer a question I get asked a lot about the color of the West Coast water. Well, I spoke to a few people that have been living here over 10 to 15 years, and they told me is that when Lake Okeechobee water level is too high, they open up the dams and it drains into the Cape Coral area. That's why sometimes you see the water brown and sometimes you see the water clear. And when it's brown, it doesn't mean it's dirty, it's just mixed as brackish water. But if brackish water bothers you, all you have to do is travel a little bit north or a little bit south and you're perfectly fine. And talking about south, that's exactly where we're going. We're going towards Fort Myers Beach. And within 5 minutes from the Sanibel Bridge, we could see all the boats anchored up in front of Fort Myers Beach. And there were little ones all the way to big ones just here waiting for the race to start. And we got pretty lucky because we found a spot by the course and a really cool fan that watches the channel. So now we're gonna sit here and wait for the race to start. But the waiting part got a little bumpy. It was kind of windy, so it made it the conditions a little choppy. But that didn't stop the racers from beginning the race. And the first class started to run. And this class I have never seen because it looks like a 25 to a 28 footer with a single 300. And I don't think the speeds are gonna exceed over 65. But I guess I want to call this the most affordable class because the boats are smaller and it has a single 300. And I guess the competition is gonna be over skill and technique. And I think this race was about 3 laps, so it finished pretty quick. So now me and Joel were just hanging out here waiting for the next one to start. And right away, right from the first race, I realized that it's better to see the race off the beach, not on the boat, because they made us anchor quite a ways from the course. And after about 30 minutes or so, the next race is up. And I really don't know the class, but they were getting bigger, faster, and louder. And by the way, I'm trying my best to record this for you guys because between the chop of the boats and the windy weather, it was making it really hard to keep the camera steady.
Yeah. It's an old power plate. A black one. Yeah, I don't know. They're all old.
And like you notice, the V-bottom were running pretty good in the rough water and pretty fast. I would say the average speed was between 60 to 75. And I think these guys did about 5 laps. And then we had to wait for the next race. That I noticed most of the spectators on the boat, they were actually just enjoying the time being here and not really watching the race. I guess it's just another excuse to be on the boat, on the water with some friends, having fun in the sun. And this time we done made it perfect for sausage time, but you know, it's just the guys out on the boat, so we didn't really plan this correctly. So all we have is water, cheese, and some grapes, because that's what all we found in the refrigerator this morning. But it was just enough to calm down the hunger we were feeling. But now forget the hunger, back to the speed and the horsepower. And now these guys here, you can really tell the difference in horsepower because they were louder, faster, and I would guess their speed was in the upper 80s. And I think they could go faster, but they were running conservative for the water condition.
Caught him in here.
So definitely you gotta be careful the speed that you travel on this bumpy water. And also you have to worry about equipment breaking down like this guy. And here's the part that could become very dangerous because the incoming boats are coming so fast that they could run into each other. And the visibility sometimes it gets really hard between the splashing of the water and the other boats cutting in front of you. So definitely the best thing to do in this situation, just try to get out of the way if you're the broken down boat.
Here they come. Here they come. They're all coming.
And here they come, the cats running outboard. I think this is a superstar class, and the speeds here are anywhere from 90 to 100 miles an hour on a bumpy day like this. But when it's flat, I'm pretty sure they could go much faster. And most of them are running 2-stroke outboards. And if you guys don't know, catamarans run on a cushion of air. That's why it's very tricky how you trim the motors, because you could flip right over. And this reminds me of the good old days of speed when I used to have a race boat that ran 97 miles an hour. And no, it wasn't a catamaran, it was a V-bottom.
Alright, so now it's gonna get interesting.
because the typical Florida weather is starting to get wet. Now the question is, are we gonna stay or go? And just because it started raining, they're not gonna stop the race, and it got more bumpier. And this what happened: our cat barrel rolled and flipped over. But by the looks of it, it looks like everyone was all right because both pilot and throttleman climbed down from the bottom. We stayed, but a few people decided to leave because I guess they didn't want to get wet from the top. And I know you guys, if you're not from Florida, you've seen many memes about Florida that within 1 minute is sunny and the next is a hurricane. And this is a prime example of those memes that you see on the internet. So we're just gonna sit here and about 20 minutes or so, we'll clear up again. You'll see. But in the meantime, you have to deal with very, very cold rain. But if you're a native from Florida, you know a little bit of rain is not gonna stop your day. So get on your boat and let's go with the show. And I think these guys here are having a big show. And I guess this is one of those moments that a friend says, can I bring a friend? And my friend, can he bring a friend? And just like I told you, 20 minutes to 30 minutes or so, the rain went away and the sun came right back out. So did the spectators, and the race boat were back at it again. And I think these are the modified V's, and these go pretty fast for V bottoms. And let me ask you guys a question: if you guys were racing, what do you prefer, a catamaran or a V bottom? What do you guys think about the video? I mean, it's something different, and if you love boating and going fast, it's pretty good. Too bad I couldn't get any closer to the boats. And I think next time they have a race here, I'm gonna go on the beach side because I think you can see them better and it's gonna be more stable. But we picked up anchor and started heading out because they have one more class to run, and it's the open class. That's where the real big boys come in. But it was running kind of late and we were already tired of getting pushed around by the waves. Plus our ride back is about an hour. And remember, we didn't bring lunch. A few pieces of cheese and grapes is not gonna fill us up. So we're hungry, tired, and all wet. But look at this, we were leaving and more people showed up.
I think they look amazing. Like one of the best people out there is about to try. Here you go stuffing it again.
And here it is. That part when you go to the movies and you watch a movie about boxing and you come out of the movie theater thinking you're the best boxer in the world. So we just saw a boat race and now we'll feel like we're on a race. So let's go. Full speed ahead. And well, like you notice, the speed is not the same, but the ride is, because it's bumpy and we're jumping around. And if you're wondering what's the top speed for the Hopper, on a good day she does about 44 miles an hour. But remember, all it has is a 150 two-stroke, and I think it runs pretty good for the size of horsepower that it has. Well, this is the first time this happens. I guess the wind is so heavy that when it pushed the wave out, it picked it up and it got me all wet. And even this guy here is having trouble running against the wind. so I decided to sit in the front and stay away from the water and run dry. But we made it back to the ramp, and it was so windy and the ride is so long that we came back dry. And I don't know about you guys and enjoying the races, but Joel was super excited because it's his first time, and now he wants to trade the hopper for a speedboat to go above 80 miles an hour. Well guys, I think it was a pretty good day, at least for us it was. We got to see some really fast boats, got a little bit of wet, had no food, and we made it back in time because now we had to head back to Miami. And you know why? Well, you guys are gonna have to stay tuned, but I'm gonna give you a sneak peek what you're gonna see tomorrow.
Wait, we got the real regatta people.
Yep, just in case you forgot, this is Columbus Day Regatta. So we went to the best place on earth, Hialeah Sandbar, to celebrate a little bit of fun in the sun. But it went all the way to nighttime, so make sure you guys stay tuned for tomorrow's video. By now, we're gonna finish up with this one and head back to the house with the hopper. Clean it up. Alright, check this out. So we just finished watching a really cool boat race that I haven't seen or been to one in a long time. And now we rush back to the house. And now we're gonna run back down to Miami. This YouTube thing is gonna be a real job. But it's all good though, because I enjoy it. Let's go to the show on the road. And well, you did hear me say it's becoming to be a job. But you know what? Now that you think about it, I enjoy it so much that it doesn't feel like a job. It's just sometimes I gotta run around all over the place and take a camera with me to share with you guys. But as long as you guys keep watching and enjoy it, it's fine for me. And I'm glad that you guys keep watching and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.